views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Whew. All right, Mr. Hot. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks for asking.
Oh, we have an amazing advisor here.
So,
Go ahead, take the mic. It's for you. It's for you.
I've been sitting in this room listening to these two record this podcast, and it was really, really, really awesome to listen to. For those of you listening at home, I'm Joe Ah. I'm the advisor to the podcast club and the music club.
Yes.
I am a man of no daughters and no siblings whatsoever. I've been very rich in other areas of my life, but those two I would consider a deficit for sure. I've worked with thousands of students over here since like 2009. These two women specifically that I'm sitting here with, little sisters, daughters, whatever you want to say, buddies, it has been unbelievable to watch the two of them grow and elevate their clubs and everybody around them. I'm not fluffing. I'm not gassing as Sillia always says. You gassing me, Mr. Rock? I'm not gassing either of you. Seriously, I've worked with thousands of kids, maybe 20 students here over the 16 years that I've worked here, maybe 20. I could tell you their names, what they did, how they impacted me. You two are at the top of the list. If someone asked me what my favorite part of Essex is, it is clearly my clubs, the podcast club, the music club, the game and anime club. But the thing is, it's not so much the clubs, it's the people in the clubs. Because the music club existed before Sillia, the podcast club existed before Sam, the game and anime club existed before even I was down here in Newark when I was still at the West Essex campus. So all these things existed before you. But it's the people that come into your lives and that actually create the events and cause the ruckus that is what you remember and is what impacts you truly, you know? So, like, watching the both of you be presidents of your clubs and really, like, kick it into gear and, like, no jokes. Like, Sam, you recorded, I think you're on your, like, 76th episode or something. That's crazy. You broke every record here, probably for any college in the world that does podcasts. I'm going to say most seasons of podcasts, you've only been doing it for 2 years. You got 76 episodes. It's amazing. Silly, while you were president of Music Club, I think we played like a dozen shows, you know what I mean? And the amount of interactions that you guys have caused between so many different crowds of people that would have never spoken to each other before. Mm-hmm. How many people have found out about the person Samanta because of the podcast? How many people have been like, who is that girl from Music Club? I want to join Music Club. You both were very, very awesome figureheads for both clubs, because it's one thing to be a president of a club, right? But it's also another thing to actually be like the face of it and be the person that everybody goes to and answer all the questions, run all the shots. It's a lot of responsibility, and it's definitely was a lot for you both to take on while you were doing your own classes and jobs like that. So I seriously commend the both of you. It has been my pleasure to be your advisor, and I do mean you two specifically. It's been a pleasure to be your advisor. I have never worked harder for anyone than you two. If you ask me, like I just said before, my favorite part of my job was doing the work for y'all. So, like, I could do a 20-page report, and I would do that at a certain speed. But, like, if you needed a flyer or if you needed a podcast done, you watch me work lightning fast, and it's only because you people were awesome. You did me awesome, and I'll never forget it. And our clubs really kick butt here on campus, right? We got a lot of clubs, but come on.
We do. We listen. We take over. And the fact that we show up for other clubs.
Definitely.
Yes.
We did Student First Fest. We performed for everyone live. We do a lot of, like, cafeteria shows just to get, like, people, like, their spirit up. And I've had people come up to me and they say, like, wow, like, Music Club makes me feel like I'm a part of, like, an actual college. Like, seeing you guys perform makes me feel like I'm at a real college or something like that.
You are at a real college.
You are at a real college, though.
It's real.
Yeah. But I understand where they're coming from. Yeah,
yes.
they're like, they're talking about, like, the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, I'm so glad that I could leave you with that and that you actually feel like you belong somewhere and that this is somewhere that you would like to be.
That is so true. I just feel like as you mentioned earlier, that you're going to still be here. And as Mr. Hart mentioned that, for me, I always felt like coming here to Essex County was my sanctuary, right? I've went to many different clubs to try to be a part of. I was a vice president for business club prior before. I was in drama club. I did a play in drama club and every single thing. But then it so happened where the podcast club became my home and everything. And Mr. Hart motivated me to like start my podcast and like, just being there and everything. And I always felt like I always want to be a part of something where I left a mark. Like, I don't just go do it to just do it, but I do it for others to actually inspire others in some way. Even when I feel like I'm not inspiring others, because even though Mr. I'd say you have 76 episodes, I know that I felt like I could have hit 100, but of course some of that had to deal with my own self-doubt in certain areas and certain things that I was dealing with personally. And when you don't really have like, for you, I'm happy that you're able to have someone in your corner. That's why I brought that up when it comes to your sister. But for me, I'm not very expressive like that in having other people know things that I'm dealing with. So I deal with things within myself, or I find me a therapist or whatever. But knowing that I'm able to make an impact on Mr. Hart's life as an advisor, and he's an amazing advisor. And I just felt like even though I'm walking, I'm still a part of Essex County. Like I'm still here. I've been trying to find things so I could still be here.
Like the class that you're taking right now.
Yes, so I could still be here. You understand? But I just know, like, after me, whoever else is going to be here, like, they're going to continue because I'm still going to be here. Yes. You understand? My telephone number is right there. I'm still going to be showing up because I believe what we do, our voice is a change for others. As what you said, you do music. It's a therapy so others can feel, a belonging. What I do, podcasts, help to motivate others. Come share your story, create a safe space and stuff, knowing that you have a voice here in campus and even you can have your own show and stuff. So it's all about us, being the bridge of what's to come. And I appreciate Mr. Hart, and you're very right. If we say we need something, you're right there. It's been amazing. I think whenever I have something to get done, especially when it comes to recommendation, even though many of my teachers like me, you're the only professor, you're the only one that I always come to write a recommendation for me, because I just felt like academically, yeah, I have a relationship with teachers, but I felt like the complete impact of my journey here at Essex is the time that we spend and this podcast club within itself, because I felt like it helped me to, it opened different avenues. It's now a part of me. Like my podcast is a part of me. I'm doing the thing I play over there. The script that the whole entire class is writing was inspired by me. This podcast club.
I've told you this before. I'm going to tell you again, even though I know you don't believe it because you don't feel this way inside sometimes. You appear fearless. You appear fearless. You have taught me to say yes, because there's been so many times I could be a negative person and I say no to things. I say no to things to both of you. But seriously, you've taught me to say yes a lot. And in times I would have said no. Mm-hmm. And just watching you say yes and just meeting a person, asking them to interview them on a podcast in the same day and then potentially even recording it the same day. Like I would never have been, that's not me. But after watching you kind of do that, I'm like, you know what? If Sam can do it, like I'm going to try and be that forward too. I can get that done too. You get things done. You get them done fast. You have a very sincere vision and plan for everything you want to do. And it's like, get out of your way or help you. There's no other option. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. I remember, let me show you a story. I love that you said that because I believe I did an episode, I think it was like maybe 4 episodes prior. I said we tend to get in our way and sometimes there's no roadblock and we're the one blocking ourselves because we can't really see sometimes what another person see within us. Yeah, and it's so crazy because I remember when I was supposed to start this podcast, it was taking me so long. I was procrastinating. And I remember after the spring semester, summer, and I came back and I think Mr. Hutt was mad at me, but it was in a good way. But I needed it because I don't have people in my life that is like that. I have more of people in my life that I felt like they judge me instead of really understanding me. So there's a difference, you understand? And he's like, when are you gonna do the podcast? Like, let's get it done. Let's get over it. Like, do it. And I really needed that, and I took that very personal. And then I went home and I came up with a name, and every single thing. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's do this.
The show on the road, right?
Hell yeah.
So it definitely, and even when it comes to you, I don't know if he was the one that motivated you to come on here. I know you said you had a busy schedule and everything, but I kind of felt like she's kind of sidetracking me. She don't want to come on here. I was surprised.
I am a busy gal. Sorry. When Mr. asked me, I was like, definitely, but I just need to find time.
Yes.
Like I said, I did have a lot of classes this semester. I had online classes and along with in-person classes, in addition to club. And then I think the semester prior, I think spring semester of 25, I was doing musical theater. I was doing classes, and I was also doing club. And I was also doing my school ensemble. So I was just... Yeah, I was doing a lot, and it wasn't me trying to sidestep you or sidetrack you. I was like, my grades come first.
Yes.
I already have a position in club. I'm president of a club. I can't put down my club to like do a podcast. It wouldn't be fair, especially because like rehearsal times are limited and people can't come to all the rehearsals. And I was like, I'm going to find time to come to your podcast because I know you've been asking me since, I think, December.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Yes, and December was really busy for me as well. I was doing a scholarship thing. I have a scholarship with Dr. Pepper, like the company and things like that. I was doing that. They flew me out to South Carolina in December. So I didn't have any time. And I also had auditions and, pre-screens. So it's like sending in videos, recording videos, and like getting all your recommendation letters. I was just very busy. It wasn't me trying to sidestep you at all.
No. I don't mean it as in like sidestep or whatever, because we get people that is scared to like, oh no, I don't want to come on the podcast. I don't know what you're gonna ask me. I don't like. We get people like scared to like share their story because many people get intimidated when it comes to a podcast and stuff, and that makes sense. You understand you're being interviewed, you don't know what's going on or anything like that. So it's more of that, not more of you're hiding it. Like no, it was more of okay. You're not ready to talk. Okay.
That's okay, but that wasn't it. It was just like, time management.
Time management.
Like, yeah, just my schedule was just a little bit busy. But now I have time.
Perfect timing, right? Remember, it's just like, all the no's that you get, and then you end up here at Essex County, and then look at this, a beautiful story. So maybe last year it wasn't the time. This was the perfect time, right? When you were graduating, right? Yes. You had so much more to share.
So yeah,
and everything,
all of my
experiences and stuff. Like so this is like the amazing thing. And it's so funny you mentioned that Al was your VP. I'm like, I did because he was the first one that I did this series with, the graduation series. But I did like four episodes with him. He's like one of the person that returned on my podcast the most.
Al got around during his first couple semesters here.
Really?
He was in every club, you remember?
He was in dance club, he was in music club. Wow.
That's when we're trying to find our tribe, right? That's when we're trying to find a belonging of stuff. So I have to ask you, Mr. Al, any favorite memory from any of us?
Tons. Trying to think of two good ones. Realistically, because it's how I met Sam, my favorite kind of memory of Sam is walking. She had a boot on her foot for the first month that any of us ever met her here. So that was like the main topic of conversation with her was, what happened? Are you okay? What happened? So she had a boot on for so long, and, comically, not to make fun of you, you would have a hard time getting around campus.
I did.
So it was, it was funny to not, to be there with her for it and everything. And then the boot came off, and then she was good for a while. And then a summer happened.
Last summer.
And then she came back, and someone mentioned, said, I think Sam's in a boot again. And I was like, no, she was already in one. That you're thinking of a couple months ago. And they're like, no, I'm pretty sure she's in one again. I'm like, that's impossible. And Sam came in about a week later. She had the boot on. I was like, what happened? But anyway, it doesn't even matter why you had the boot on twice. All that matters about that memory is your resilience, right? Because no matter what, I would have been calling out of work that day, much less coming to school, right? You came to school, you recorded podcasts, you went and wrangled people to do shows with, even though you had a boot on. That's where most of us would have checked out for the day and been done. But instead, you pushed it. You pushed yourself, and I think it was totally worth it. And you really, really made a name for yourself around campus doing it.
Oh, love it. Thank you. And how about my amazing Sillia?
Yeah, Sillia. So am I allowed to tell the story of my office when you got the call for the Dr. Pepper thing?
Yes,
Okay, so we weren't allowed to talk about this for a long time. So Sillia got into the Dr. Pepper scholarship contest that they were having in Texas. Okay, so she got the call. We're sitting in my office one day. We're talking about music club stuff. We were preparing an event, talking about a flyer that we wanted to make. And, I have a phone call. Hold on, which happens all the time. I'm like, go ahead, take your phone call. She's taking it in my office. And I watched her face as she got this call. And at first, the mouth dropped open, so I didn't know if she was getting information for a funeral or for something really awesome. But then she started to go, really? Okay. Really like a kid on Christmas. And I'm just a listener, so I have no idea. She just keeps saying, yes, that would be great. Yes, that's amazing. Oh, definitely, I'll come there. So I heard all these yeses, and she's tearing up. And I said, what was that? She goes, that was Dr. Pepper. Called me and told me I'm one of the finalists. I got through the first round. I'm invited to Texas. Me and only a couple other people are going to have to go down there.
Wow.
And that's amazing. Oh, my God, Sillia, what else do you have to do when you get down there? I'm going to need some help with this. What do you have to do, Sillia? They told me that to win the scholarships, it's going to ultimately come down to a contest between the three of us of who can throw the most amount of footballs into a container at the end. I'm like, oh, boy, that's got nothing to do with singing. I'm like, have you ever thrown a football before? She's like, no, Mr. Rock. I'm like, okay, we got a problem here. So she's like, we need to find people who have footballs. I'm like, I don't have foot. That's not a thing I have. I'm a rocker. I don't have no footballs at my house. So she had to learn how to toss footballs into a hole that was going to be up over her head. It was in this huge bin. It's like if you ever seen a sports game when they do the fun stuff on the halftime on the field in the middle, that's what she had to do. She had to throw balls into a big container. And she had to beat other people. And you came in third place. She won a couple bucks doing that. When I say a couple bucks, I mean a nice chunk.
Yeah. Great.
From Dr. Pepper. And she won a bunch of Dr. Pepper swag. Now she's in with those people. The networking group.
Networking.
Yes. That's the most important part.
Isn't the girl that
like
said,
Dr. Pepper, baby.
Yes, you can make up a jingle.
It was such an awesome opportunity. I don't talk about it much often. But it was small requirements. It was like, hey, make a video describing why you need the scholarship. So very just vague, just like do anything. And so because I'm a music major, I made a song. I made my own little song describing why I needed the scholarship. And because it was I think I got the call in November, and I submitted this in September or something. I was like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm always it's beyond me now. I already did it. If I don't get anything, it happens.
Yeah.
But then I get this call, and I see the number. It's from Texas. And I was like, I don't know anyone from Texas. This is Dr. Pepper. So they give me a call, and it was a whole bunch of people cheering on the phone. I was like, oh, my God, I did it.
Wow.
I did it.
That's big. That's something big, girl, that you should be proud of.
And that was in kind of the December area. That's kind of what I was doing. That's why I couldn't be on your podcast.
That's okay. That's something big. That's something for you to celebrate and everything, because not everybody get that opportunity.
Yes,
that's a big company.
That was so awesome. I met so many people. I met so many marketing people. And that's kind of the reason why, if I don't get into the program that I desire to get in for Montclair, I'm going into marketing because I kind of had these small connections here and there. I know them on LinkedIn and things like that. So I also have their phone numbers. And so that's kind of the area that I would get into if I can't do music for college. You know what I mean?
Yes, marketing is a very it's very good. Marketing is very good because not only can you market for other company, but you can market for yourself.
That's what I was thinking. I was I can market my music.
Yes.
I was oh my gosh, that's kind of the fundamentals. I have a lot of visuals that I want for my music and things like that. And I was if I go to college to learn how to do this thing, I can do this for myself.
Yeah, that would be good. Or you can just throw it out there. If you, as we said, as your second plan B, you can do marketing and media. You still can be in that area.
Definitely.
Yes, because here, even though my major, I did finance, I'm planning to change, because that's why I haven't applied to no college, but this week I have to, because I said I was going to take a break and go back next year, but I think I am going to just go for it. I'm going to stay in state. I'm not going to pursue finance, but because I do marketing currently. I work for a nonprofit organization, so I work on the fundraising team. So I'm like out there talking to people, trying to get people to donate. These people are never met me in a day in their life, but you have to know how to talk to people so they can be able to get their card out and trust you on the street to give you your card. Yeah. So I'm good at that. I'm able to talk to people. So I'm thinking about changing my major to media and communication because I love media. Because this podcast, media and communication, are in marketing as a minor. That's something that I'm going to do. So I think you can do very big and great things with that. Because not because the door is not closed.
It's never closed.
It's never closed. Because I think to myself sometimes too, why did I do finance? I jump in finance because I have a life license. I do insurance and stuff on the side. But I'm like, maybe in the later on, everything is going to connect and everything, right?
Yes.
But now, moving on, I could go into, find myself, I like media and everything. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. So I have to, any final words that you guys have to say?
I think I did give my final message.
Oh, yes, you did give your final. How about you, Mr. Hutt?
This is my final message. Essex County College and myself and everybody who works here and everybody that goes to school here is 2,000% going to miss the presence of Samanta Harmond and Sillia Francois. It is a pleasure having you both here. Thank you both for coming to Essex. You could have went anywhere. We know you both had certain circumstances that led you here. We couldn't have been happier that you both were here. I couldn't have been happier. Thanks for coming into our lives. Seriously.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Hutt. You're giving me a little teary eye. I really appreciate all the kind words and everything that you have to say. I'm going to miss you guys too. I'm going to miss this school, but I'm still here. I will always be here. I'm trying to still find things so I could be here. Maybe I get a little job here. I'm trying to get a little job. I've been trying to get a little part-time job. They didn't even give me my, what they call that thing that you get when you're on student thing for you. Work study. Every time I apply for work study, I never get it. Been here for 2 years, but it's okay. I know I'm gonna get a little job. Let me see if Mr. Graham have one for me in the in over there. But I just want to say thank you so very much, and it was so nice to meet you again, Sillia. Enjoy this episode, and whew, it's the journey. It's here. But thank you so much. I hope you guys. I see you guys on the next episode, and as usual, see the kingdom and all that you wish for will be granted to you. Start unknown, finish unforgettable. It's your girl Samantha, and it's not my final word. I will see you guys again. Stay in your lane. What we said? Stay in your lane. What we said? Ready, set, goes. Ready, set, goes.
Again.
Ready, 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 set, go. Stay in your lane, okay? Rise, reclaim, and redefine your story. I see you.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.